Watching anime and playing video games is not a mutually exclusive relationship, but for those who have found love in both mediums, there is a special kind of excitement when they come together. Sometimes you're a little disappointed by that partnership, but when it hits, it hits. And in the case of Netflix's next acquisition, well, it's a knockout. My name is Isla, and this is my review of JC Staff's High Score Girl. This anime is a love letter to retro gaming, wrapped up in a love story told over time. Following the life of Haru Yaguchi, a straightforward, overly passionate boy that spends his days and yen in the arcade, it's there he meets Akira Ueno, who isn't just an incredible gamer, but incredible at everything else. A rich girl who walks a different path in life from Yaguchi, but it's side by side or across the screen that their shared love of gaming brings them closer together. But that connection is only found in their 2D scrollers and beat-em-ups, because Ueno is mute. She never speaks, and instead her emotions are laid bare at the arcade machine. There is great attention to detail paid to Ueno's expressions, in the music changes, and in Yaguchi's dialogue, as he begins to understand how she feels through the way she plays games. Unfortunately, this means much of the talking in the beginning falls to RMC, which can become slightly grating, as in typical anime fashion, he yells a lot. But there is a certain charm to listening to someone talk so animatedly about their passion, and the trivia that surrounds it. Plus, the games he's talking about stir up some old memories. High Score Girl is in itself a time capsule, catapulting its audience back to the 90s, or if they've never been, taking them on a trip to what it was like as a gamer back then. Yaguchi plays through Final Fight, talks excitedly about Mortal Kombat, and is talented at Street Fighter 2. It's so refreshing to have real references in anime, rather than fake brands. It makes this love letter all the more engaging because Yaguchi's passionate outburst would have felt hollow if he was playing Finishing Fantasy rather than Final. And it's down to that passion that's so lovingly constructed in its narrative that High Score Girl never feels like an advert, but rather a nostalgic throwback frozen in time. Yet time does move on, and part of this show's appeal is watching it do just that. We start in 1991, and by episode 12 we've reached 1995. It's a short progression, but the world of gaming can change in an instant, and the world of a young boy can change even faster. As different people weave their way into his life, Yaguchi grows as a person. We watch his high scores and his low ones. The same can be said for the rest of the cast, even if there are a few annoying characters. However, I had a particular fondness for Yaguchi's mother, whose mission to help her son adopt the lewd lifestyle never stopped being funny. Yet Yaguchi never rises to it, because High Score Girl is not that kind of love story. Love does run through every element of this anime, and while the genre can often turn people away, High Score Girl handles it with a level of delicacy rather than the heavy-handed tropes of its counterparts. There is no fan service or moments of indecency, so as a result it often feels pure of heart, and becomes an innocent portrayal of falling in love. But depending on where your heart lies, you'll either be betting your 10 yen coin on the silent, violent Princess Ueno, or the determined tsundere turned sadist Hidaka. However, that bet is yours alone, because High Score Girl makes it very clear that Yaguchi's second player is Ueno, and as much as Hidaka's character becomes central to the story, I often and always found myself pulled back to the original couple. That being said, I did find Ueno's violent tendencies to be very stereotypical. However, the heartwarming scenes more than made up for any problems I had. The biggest issue though, for many, will be its CG animation, and while it never reaches the beautiful heights that Land of the Lustrous did, the bright colour palette and simplistic character designs work perfectly for the world it wants to convey, and it's one that drew me in. Completely. Perhaps that's because I'm the demographic I spoke about at the beginning, an anime lover, and a fervent gamer. If you hail from the 90s, grew up in arcades, struggled between the choice of a PlayStation or a Sega Saturn, then there is a nostalgic buzz to be found in High Score Girl. It's littered in Japanese references and jokes that if you're attuned to the culture, will make you laugh harder than those who are not. It is, in every way, a love letter to retro gaming, written by someone who wanted to write a retro love story. And it's one I'd be more than happy to visit again.